Addiction recovery is not actually all that complicated. It's the addiction itself that is complicated. Recovery is rather simple. If you're anything like me when you were in your addiction, or if you still are, you're baffled. You don't understand why you keep making the same mistakes. You don't understand why you can't quit. You don't understand why you can't just make your life better. It seems easy for some people. Some people can change easily. Why can't I? All right. The reason it's hard to change is because we have dozens and dozens of hidden influences in our psychology that contribute to a great number of our thoughts, all of our feelings, our beliefs, our opinions, our values, hidden influences that are making a lot of our decisions for us. And the problem with these hidden influences is that they're happening beneath our conscious awareness. So this video is another foundation of recovery meant to illustrate the different levels to your mind, the different levels to your psychology. And when you understand the different levels, then you'll have a better framework for starting to identify what's wrong, and then you can get about to fixing it. So I'm going to use the work of Daniel Kahneman. He was an economist and a psychologist, and he actually just passed away recently last year, but he had groundbreaking foundational work in decision making. He talked about every hidden influence that goes into every choice that people make in his book called Thinking Fast and Thinking Slow. And Kahneman divides the human mind and the human psychology into two basic categories: System 1 thought and System 2 thought, right? Simple. System 1 is everything that happens automatically in your mind. I've read somewhere that the human mind has 50,000 thoughts in a day. Now, you can just ask yourself, how many of those are you aware of? How many of those thoughts can you remember? That's a lot of thoughts in one day. And they're happening, but we don't remember all of them, and we're not aware of all of them because the brain does a lot of things automatically. It does a lot of things beneath our conscious awareness. And so that's where all of the hidden influences that are contributing to your addiction live. That's where they reside. These hidden influences are unknown to us unless we use System 2 thought. Now, System 2 thought is everything that you use when you're making choices. System 2 thought is not quick and automatic and habitual. System 2 thought is slow and deliberate, and it takes work. It takes thought. System 2 happens every time you write something down or you sit down to actually solve a problem and think about it. System 2 takes energy, it takes time, and it takes effort. System 1, here's a good example to understand it. Say the alphabet in your head as you're watching this video. All right, you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. It's easy, it's quick, it's habitual, you've done it 1,000 times, it takes no effort. Now, I want you to say the alphabet backwards and every other letter, starting with Z. Harder, right? Now, you could do it if you sat down and you put enough time and effort in, but it's not quick and it's not automatic. Doing complex tasks like that uses your System 2 processing. And so this is very important to understand. The mind is divided up into two basic categories: quick and automatic and habitual System 1 versus slow and deliberate and time-exhausting System 2. We need to use our System 2 to fix all of the errors in our System 1 thinking. Everything that's contributing to our addiction. Every thought, feeling, emotion, opinion, everything. But first we need to identify it, and that takes work and it takes time, and that's all System 2. The problem with System 2 thought is you run out of steam. You get tired. All right, it is work. So we're going to take this slow. We're going to do one at a time. But the process going forward is always going to rely on that division between System 1 and System 2. We're going to use our System 2 to identify every hidden influence we can. Then we're going to talk about it. We're going to think about it. We're going to ask questions. And you're going to start to notice when it happens in your life so you can start deciding whether or not it needs to change. Not every habit you have is bad, but there are bad habits in there that are keeping you stuck in your addiction. So let's use our System 2, let's put some work in, and let's find out what's wrong so we can fix it.